All right, here we are, 9:16. Echotraders welcomes you. We're going to have a little reading material for you. You can come back and read that at a later date, but it just says pretty much what all the other guys say. All right, so here on, we'll just use an, excuse me, my name is Dale Elliott. We'll use an ellipse. We have a timestamp here of resistance, 5359 and a quarter. And that technically is a lower high. But what we have as a timestamp on the bottom part, which is roughly, say, midnight, to the downside is over here. And this here comes in as a support area right along here, and we get a push to the upside. So that's a higher high now. It makes this a higher high, at least for now. And then we have a move to the downside, which is a higher low. So we know that we need a high on this side of the EMA. See the little pen-like? Okay. So what we've done is we've used Fibonacci, and we put our 161 target at 5367 and 5366 area here. Okay, so that's it to the upside. That's what we're looking for right up in here. We'll come back and keep you posted whether we can get the full target, perhaps beyond, or if we just get stopped out, we'll let you know. Here's a quick shot of crude oil. Crude at the yellow down here, putting in a support area. We have a target on crude this morning at 53.1 area and beyond. Completion of target yesterday down to the 5266 and slightly beyond, and a move off of that becoming support. It walked us into a horizontal, and we do have larger time frame targets to the downside. This is the 4-minute chart. So we'll see if we can get targets to the upside before we get a continuation to the downside. And we may not get the continuation, but we must be prepared for that. The market has been moving sideways since mid yesterday afternoon. We'll come back to your NQ here next. And NQ is still moving to the upside, nice green candles. We'll see if we can take out prior high right here. So that looks something like that. Market is challenging it as we speak. We have a direction on our EMA, slightly to the upside. MACD, we'd like a little more divergence, and we like to have these in alignment with each other for better wins. The more these stay in alignment, histogram on your MACD is above 0, alignment to the upside, and we're retesting the high. We're looking to take out 5359 and a quarter, or if it remains as resistance, then we'll do the appropriate thing. And the key thing that we look at is when you enter a trade, you assume risk, and you want to reduce the risk, eliminate the risk, and lock in profits. And if it goes to the moon, you're in it. And if it doesn't, it comes back and lets you out. Preferably with a small win is better than no win. So we'll just adjust this here chart just slightly so we can see the target area to the upside, 5367.50 on NQ. All right, let's do a little update on crude. The prior swing resistance area comes in here, and I'm just going to turn these. I'm just going to turn the labels on here for that high at 52.93, and and then now we have a lower high, so we want to be careful here. Target 5301 is not a huge target. The market did pull back into and give us a higher low. This here higher low, we're going to look for that gives us a nice direction in keeping with that upward trend, so we can get our target and beyond. On here we also have our beyond target, so this here would come in something like this. So depending whether you have a runner or not, you'd look for that next target too. But it's nice to put something in your pocket. The resistance area of 5293 being tested right now. Here we go, here we go. A little more, folks. Come on, baby. We have a 61.8 here, and we're looking for some sort of an exhaustion here, so we do recommend that you put something in your pocket. This is coming to you live from Echotraders.com. We're going to run over here to NQ next, and NQ we're looking for the 5366, and we'll scrunch back, and 536750 area. You can see since we last talked, we took out the high here of 359 and 1/4 was right in here. It's the timestamp is now up here as the price is increasing. The price is now at 53.75, so it's within 4 points of our target. And 4 points on NQ is worth it's 20 bucks a point, so 4 is 80 more dollars. Okay, so let's see if it can get all the way. Let's go back to crude. Crude almost there, 5.3 and 0.0. So let's zoom in on this as it reaches target, and we have another minute and 15 seconds for that to get to that next target area. So we get a pullback. Let's just scrunch. Our pullback in 1 minute, we'll look for the market to retrace down to about here. So if you don't want to give back that $100 on crude, you have to lock in what you have. The market has made this your first target here. We'll just use a blue arrow and we'll change it. And we're looking for our next target at 5301. And hopefully it's this candle, but if not, we will have another kick at the can when we get our next candle in 20 seconds. This is a countdown timer, 18 seconds. We'd like to see 5301. And it's what the candle does in the last 15 seconds. Here we go, here we go. We'll probably get a whip to the downside here. Coming right now. There it is. Now it's going to take another candle, so we have to, so this is great. You can hit it again off of here for that upper move. You're looking for a nice flat bottom candles, and if you hit it, you're now in. If you re-entered at 5285, you're now up to $100 more right now at 95. So even if you re-entered, out of that $100 that you have, okay, then I'll put a crosshair on and we'll show you what we're talking about. Okay, so you'd re-enter right here at your pullback, so that's 85. It did come to 81, so you would have taken 4 ticks offside, so that's $40 offside, and you'd be up approximately $100, and then your target is 5301. So if you took your money at prior target and now you're still aiming for the next target up, look, that's perfectly fine. Let's turn this here to aqua. And so that's your prior target. They're both, so that's your confluence targets here, folks, okay? And let's go back to NQ. NQ still pushing. It's still above your EMA. And like we said, we have alignment off of your MACD to the upside, and your trend is to the upside. So in this case, we're not counter trending today. All right, you see a lot of our videos, we're looking for a counter trend. Well, getting back into a trade with the trend is about as hard as it is to spot or take place with your counter trend. So one is as hard as the other. Right now, we're looking for the 62.75 to hold as a support. So it's walking us sideways. The longer it walks us sideways, the higher probability we go into that continuation trade. Okay, so we'll come back and keep you posted. Obviously, 63.75 is resistance. Okay, the market taking out that resistance just by a little tiny bit, still not quite making it to target. So we'll probably get a substantial pullback here. We still want a higher low if we retest the EMA. That's fine, but we know the market made it to resistance. We look left, your next resistance is 5,364 and 75, and so we're all in resistance. The whole thing between your 127, everything above the 100 is obviously a resistance target. All right, let's quickly go back to crude. And running back, we still have nice flat bottom candles on crude, and we're looking for the next one to remain flat. But as we had said, that's roughly where it would come in, and it did. So on the pullbacks, you're looking for the candle prior to the prior one. Okay, so 2 candles over, you get that pullback. So this here one was right in here at the wicks of this here one. What you want to see, because it's a Heikin-Ashi, we can recognize where your pullback. So we had mentioned if you had entered at 5,285, this year did come $100. You wouldn't have that whole $100 locked in, but you'd have taken a precaution and locked in some of it. That would be bonus money. Your original, you would be in the pecking order for 5301, and that target comes in here. Now just put that on here. We're zoomed in. We're looking for more than 5301, but we'll take what the market will give us. Flat bottom, green candles with wicks on top point the way as a sign of strength to the upside. As long as we get that to continue, then there we go. We do and are going to have, we have no choice. Let's go this one. We will have a little swing in here, and this here will become an area that we may be able to short after the push to the upside, maybe 5310 area. We'll get a possibility of this here will become prior swing. Right now we're looking for the target and nothing but the target. Let's go back to NQ real quick. NQ putting in that resistance area, and we talked about that, we get a significant pullback. So you didn't have to hold on to the long because you'll have a chance to re-hit it. We now have a cross on our MACD to the downside. It is past your 930. It is now 946. So we're edging on the direction of 10 o'clock. We'll come back in a few moments. All right, we did get a nice little pullback as we had mentioned, and we had a slight fake out to the downside here, and we put in a horizontal here. We're looking to re-challenge this area right here. in direction to our targets and possibly beyond. So far we're getting what we're looking for. Let's pop over to your CL. CL target, we had mentioned we want to see a continuation of flat bottom green candles. We don't exactly have that. We do have a little bit of a spinning top. It's we'll see if this year next one will continue. We want to see up above this year little blue X here. We want to see our target 5301 and beyond. Okay, down to 8 seconds to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Still no good. Big pullback, but they're flat bottom candles. Okay, so we'll see our target. We should get the target this candle. Here we are, 53 even. Double top so far here. We'll look to take out the double top. This year is going to look like that right there. So we know that this high is resistance and this is a double top. We'll look for that top to be taken out in this candle. We still have 3 minutes and 24 seconds to go of this candle. It should not have a problem taking out that top to give us our target of 5301. And then we'll look for a pullback. Again, once our pullback, we would look for a pullback into this prior. So it's nice to take some money at 5301 to say 53.7. Okay, so roughly right here at 53.7 would be your next target beyond 53.01. That's a 6. 6 is fine. So let's go back to your NQ. What's NQ doing? Just cannot break up through that. You have to take your money at that resistance. We did talk about your MACD, and we did talk about your 127. Your 127 is a money off target, so that's the end of that one. All right, so you have to lock in money. We knew that was resistance, and then we could not take out this here little black horizontal line of 536450, so just shy of our exhaustion targets. The market exhausted shy of that. Look, that's fine. We just lock in whatever you can. We had this here little pullback that was temporary support. It retested resistance. From resistance, it's going to support at a larger level. So we look left and we have our support areas that were tested down here. Your 50, your 61.8, that's a support area. And now we will look to target down in here 55.75. So is it tradable to the downside off of the cross of the MACD, indicating look for resistance? We did our due diligence of looking for resistance. Yes, it is tradable back retracement. Let's go to back to your CL. CL attempting to take out that double top. There it is. Holy smokes. It took its sweet old time, didn't it? So 5301, we're looking for 6 and 7. So make sure this here target 5301, don't forget, this is the same thing as we just talked about. This is a money off or lock in. You're going to look for 6 extra ticks beyond target. So we'd like to see 07. Here's 07. Now, that's great. You have 5301 locked in, 28 seconds to go. Let's put this here where it's supposed to be. So we have an arrow. We're looking at a target, pullback target to right about here, right, that blue X. Remember, we said that blue X will become a prior swing, and we'll be able to take a possible target to the downside. There's a lot of momentum there. There's your new candle, comes in right where our black arrow is. That's fine. So it's fairly predictable, isn't it? Okay, so it's a nice flat bottom. You're looking to take out 0.7. It did come a little higher. So let's see if we can move this. We were looking for 0.7 and it did come to 9, but 7 is great. Momentum backing off there. Move that up to our 7. Okay, so as long as you took some of your position at 53.01 or beyond, so if you got the whole 7, that's fine, instead of 53.01. So it was your choice whether you put your exit at 5307 or you locked in at 5301. Target achieved. All right, so that's terrific on crude. Nice flat bottom, so we'll look for some more, and you don't get out of your winning trade till you get some red showing. So let's reset this here chart. And that's your next target at 5303 here. So if you can help it, don't take yourself out of a winning trade. Stay with it. All right, so 5301, this is more or less what your chart looked like when we started here. At the start of the recording, you had your targets, nice targets up here. Now, prior swing, let's take a quick look at what we would look for at prior swing, what you'd be into here after target reached. Okay, prior swings are going to look like this. So if we get a massive pullback, your prior swing is right here. All right, and we'll just extend that across, and this here will be, so if we get a pullback, instead of taking stops out, you'll look to take your money at prior swing. So either hang on to your long position, and if it goes a little bit against you, don't take yourself out until it comes back up here at the most money, okay? So that's at 5.3 even, all right? Although the price right now was at 5.299, okay? So prior swing comes in there, and we're going to do one more thing for the folks in the room here, and we're going to turn on the labels. So let's turn on the labels. They're going to be on the left-hand side, and so you can see prior swing at 5.3.1. We talked about that's where it would be, and that's where it is. Okay, so terrific. Let's go back to NQ. And NQ, we had talked about the market coming down to approximately your 76.4% at 5355.75. Okay, so it did not quite get down all the way, but that's okay too. Let's see if I can get a hold of a pen here. I thought I had one. No, the pen's not working. Okay, so that's okay. We don't need a pen then. All right, so remember this here little prior swing here. We have a pointer, okay, and I've turned that into a crosshair. We have this here temporary support, and this here temporary support is now temporary resistance. We're looking for a target to the downside here, the pullback target right about here. All right, the market came close, and that close might be all we get, but which is fine. So you stay in the pecking order. Here's the pecking order up here of 5367.5. So you get another chance a little bit later. We'll get our 5367.50. Okay, let's pop back to crude before we end the video. This is the pullback that we were talking about. You won't take yourself out of the market, even though you get a red candle. We are extended away from our EMA here, and we'll extend this guy across. You'd look for a pullback roughly to 5293, and so let's see if I can adjust this guy like that. And then as long as that stays green, you hang on to your long positions for more and above, but you had to take some money or locked in some money right about here. All right, makes sense? Okay, we got that target. We didn't get the NQ. We're going to wait for our NQ before we finish. But on CL, you want to have that market locked in, and away you go. Next target, you saw where your next target was. We'll just squish the chart up and down. Now, we do want to take a second to explain this is a 4-minute chart on CL. Next target at 53.30, providing everything stays nice and green. The direction is to the upside. We have alignment with our MACD, okay? However, the NQ chart is a 150 tick chart, okay? Slight differences. We won't go into explanation right now, but your target is 5367.50 from support, okay? We'll come back and keep you posted. All right, we'll go through that one more time here. We left it at crude. The sound wasn't turned on. So we had mentioned next target to the upside 53.30 as long as the EMA holds as support. So sorry about that. We talked about prior swing in your target and the target coming not only to target but to your 76.8, which larger time frame is a money off area, and the market came to 5309. So all those confluence targets reached here at your 61.8, your 53 and 0.01 and 53.08. 7 was reached, and that's what we were looking for, a little bit extra beyond. And the 8 on that time frame if you're trading from there. Real quick look at NQ, because the sound was not working. We had said charts brought to you by Echotraders.com, and the resistance area, we slid that across and we said your money off 127.2, as all our videos show, depict that that is a money off target. That is prior swing right in there. Prior swing resistance. The market did go a little bit beyond, but don't forget to cancel your pecking order targets at 5367.50 before the end of the day. You can leave them on there for now, but by the end of the day, you got to be out or they become live, and you'll be held in that over the weekend. And you won't be able to get out till Sunday night. So unless you had traded that to the downside, you can see how important your stops would be here at locking in that money, and the last place that you had to get out with the most amount of money is prior swing. All right, so that's it for your NQ unless you traded it short, and in the room we'll give you those targets, but most all our room members already know where those are. And crude, we were looking for the EMA to hold as support, so crude kind of fell asleep on us here and just not populating. Okay, so we'll come back to that after a bit. Okay, let's take a look at our crude here. It is 11 o'clock. The market just reached our 53.30. All right, so we said we'd end this up here. Once it got to target, it did pull back, and it did pull back into our support area. Nice little, we'll zoom in on this, what we're talking about here. So your Heikin-Ashi, you're looking for a nice little spinning top, boom, boom, red or green. We don't care. And then, so that came off of that support. We said, don't take yourself out of a winning trade if you can help it. And we also mentioned the target that, so once in a while we pull off a nice win. Okay, so this here is your smaller time frame target, 5330. And then so there's a couple things you can do here. Is one, we're extended from our EMA, so we know we're going to get a pullback, and let's see the red candle coming in, and that'll become probably a green excuse me, a green spinning top. And if it stays red and gives us a second red candle, so say flat top red candle comes in, wood driver all the way down here, that's too much money to give back. So once again, we suggest you take some of your position off, even if it's all that you have left. If you only have one contract left, we suggest that you take it off and look for a pullback for support, and the same as where this your black arrow here is, put it back on. Okay, so my name is Dale Elliott. You're in the Echotraders trading room. Till next time, trade well, my friends. Have a great weekend.